So, as an independent author, should you enroll your books in the Kindle Unlimited program, your ebooks, or should you distribute them wide? That's the question. Hi, I'm Eva Pohler, a USA Today bestselling author of over 45 novels, a writing professor for over 3 decades, and an editor. And today I want to talk to you about the decision of how to distribute your ebooks when you're an indie author. You can enroll them in the Kindle Unlimited program. The Kindle Unlimited program, if you're not familiar with it, is a program in which readers subscribe and pay a monthly fee so that they can read as many ebooks as they can each month. And there are a lot of readers, voracious readers. That's a great, they get the best bang for their buck with that program. They don't have access to every book in the Kindle Unlimited program because there are some authors who don't enroll, so there's a trade-off for them. But for some genres, you can really make bank if you enroll your books in Kindle Unlimited. Some genres like romance and thrillers and sci-fi. So that's something to think about. However, if you enroll your books and your ebooks, we're talking ebooks here, in the Kindle Unlimited program, you must stay exclusive to Amazon. You cannot sell your ebooks at Kobo, at Barnes & Noble, at Google Play, at Apple, at any of the other vendors, and they can't. Nowadays, they can actually be available at libraries. This is a new thing. They used to not be even available in libraries, but now they can be. So that's a good thing. So that's the drawback. And there are a lot of readers who don't buy their ebooks at Amazon. So you're missing out on a large population of people if you only put your books in KU. And the biggest part of this puzzle is being able to sell your ebooks directly from your own store. If you sell your ebooks directly from your own store, you get to keep 100% of the profits. You're not sharing some with Amazon or any of the other vendors. So this is a really, really nice situation. It also makes your Facebook ads more effective. If you are sending your Facebook ad traffic to Amazon, Facebook has no way of knowing whether a sale took place. So the only kind of ad campaign you can run is a traffic campaign where you're getting clicks and, you don't know if those clicks are turning into anything except to compare sales with the ad and sales without the ad. However, when you sell directly from your own store, and you install a Facebook pixel, which is really easy to do. That sounds scary, but it's not. Facebook can actually tell when someone clicks the ad and goes to your site, whether or not they added it to cart and then left, if they added it to cart and completed the sell, if they just viewed the content. Facebook then can become smarter in who it targets. They look for the buyers and not just the clickers. So that is another really great benefit of going wide, of having your book not exclusive to Amazon, because then you can become more effective with your Facebook advertising. And on your direct store, you can bundle up those ebooks and offer special deals that you don't make available anywhere else, not just in your digital content, but also in your paperback and hardback, which you can do. Paperbacks, hardbacks, and audiobooks if your ebooks are exclusive to Amazon. You can still do that. But if you want to do the ebooks, if you want to make those for sale as well, then you'll need to not choose to be in Kindle Unlimited. So you know what? There are pros and cons. For some people, going into KU is great for them because they have a hot KU genre and they get so much more visibility. Amazon favors KU books. Its algorithm pushes them. And so it's a benefit to be in KU, especially if you're new and you're just getting started, or if you have a really long series in a hot KU genre. And it's great for the short term. But for the long term, it might be better not to depend on one retailer for your digital distribution. If something were to happen to Amazon, or if they were to change their terms of service, I mean, they do continually change their terms of service, but if it became less beneficial for you, you'll have to start all over anyway. And it takes a long time to build an audience at the other distributors. Amazon, even though I've been wide for years, Amazon is still my #1 vendor sales and royalties. But I am growing at the other places, slowly, gradually building better and better sales. Now, my #1 earner is my own direct store. My direct store brings in more money than I make at Amazon. And so and it's such a pleasure to be able to keep 100% of the royalties of my ebook sales. So it's something to think about. You want to weigh your pros and cons and then decide. And you know what? You don't have to make a decision and then be stuck with it for the rest of your career. You can start one way, and if it doesn't work for you, you can go the other. And if you're very new, it might not hurt to go ahead and try Kindle Unlimited first and see how you do. Now, one thing to keep in mind too is that people who are reading your books through the Kindle Unlimited program, they're borrowing your books. They're not buying and keeping the book. I mean, you can still sell your book to Amazon buyers. So some people will still buy and own your book, but that big audience of subscribers are borrowing your book. So they're a different kind of consumer than people who actually buy the book. So that's something to think about too. So your marketing strategies are going to be different if you're in KU than if you're wide. However, you can try it for 90 days, and if it doesn't work out, then you can pull them from the program and you can go ahead and distribute wide. There are also advantages to distributing at the uploading your book to all of these different vendors like Kobo and Nook and Apple. They have in-house promotions that are only available to people who distribute through them. So there's other promotional opportunities out there that you could be missing out on by just sticking with Amazon, is what I'm trying to say. And I also think it's easier to get a BookBub featured deal. A BookBub is a subscription service. It's a newsletter that people subscribe to find out ebook bargains. And it's highly curated, BookBub is, and it's difficult to get a featured deal. And you can still get a featured deal if your books are in Kindle Unlimited, but it's easier if your book is available at more retailers. So that's another thing to consider as well. But as I mentioned, you don't have to stick with one. And another thing that you could do if you're an author that already has a big backlist is that you could put a long series in a KU loving genre in KU and then have other books that you distribute wide. So you can be a hybrid. You don't have to just do one or the other. You can mix it up if you have many offerings. Anyway, I hope you found that helpful. I hope you have a great day. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you'd share it with your friends. And until next time, happy writing. Bye-bye.